Have you ever come across words spoken over 2,500 years ago that feel like they were meant for today? Right here, right now. This isn't fiction. This isn't a fable. This is a prophecy, a message from Lord Buddha himself, spoken in the final days of his life. And for centuries, it remained hidden, suppressed, buried. Because what he said held the kind of truth that could shake the very foundations of the world. And now, when we're overwhelmed by the noise of modern life, racing, scrolling, chasing, it has resurfaced. Let me take you back. It was a quiet day. The sun was soft. The air was still. Buddha, now aged and physically frail, stood at the edge of a forest surrounded by his disciples. Yet, even in his fragile state, his face still radiated a deep, calming peace, the kind of peace that could silence the loudest storm inside a person. Among those disciples was Anand, his most devoted follower since childhood. Seeing the signs of fatigue on Buddha's face, Anand stepped closer and said gently, "Lord, you look tired. Maybe it's time to rest for a few days." Buddha smiled. "Anand, it's not time to rest. It's time for the final journey. And this journey doesn't lead to a city." In that moment, Anand's heart sank. He realized what was coming. His beloved teacher was preparing to leave this world. But what none of them knew was that during this final walk, Buddha would speak words meant not just for them, but for us, for our generation. That night, under a sky painted with moonlight and the rustling of forest leaves, Buddha sat quietly, eyes closed in deep meditation. And then, he opened them and spoke. "Anand," he said, "I see the future. I see an era where people will chant my name, but forget my path. Where religion will remain, but only in words. Temples will rise, rituals will flourish, but the inner darkness of humanity will grow deeper." Anand was shaken. "But why, Lord? Why would this happen?" "Because," Buddha replied softly, "people will keep running outside. They will seek truth in temples, gurus, and systems, but they will never dare to look within. Knowledge will become noise. Peace will become a product. Meditation will be replaced by distraction, and people will run, not toward silence, but away from it." Now here's where the story takes a turn. When Buddha's words were later written into scriptures, this prophecy was included. But something happened. When certain rulers and religious authorities read this part, they were afraid, because they saw the power in it. If people discovered that Buddha had warned about blind faith and empty rituals, the influence of false gurus, of shallow spirituality, could collapse. So they erased it, silenced it. It wasn't recorded. It wasn't preached. It simply vanished from the scrolls of history. But not entirely. A few devoted monks remembered it, etched it in their hearts, and made a vow. When the time is right, when the world needs it most, they will share this truth again. And maybe that time is now. Look around. People dress in white robes or saffron, attracting millions of followers, yet remain disconnected from their own soul. Meditation has become a marketing trend. Spirituality has been turned into content. The glow of temple candles has been replaced by the glow of mobile screens. We are anxious. We are lost. But we keep running, thinking the answer is somewhere out there. Have we forgotten the simple, silent path of Buddha? A path of mindfulness, stillness, and self-inquiry. When Anand asked in fear, "Lord, is there a way out of this darkness?" Buddha answered with certainty, "Yes, Anand. Whoever truly wants to awaken can." But the path doesn't go outward. It goes inward. Meditation is the key that opens the lock. Compassion is the light that dissolves the darkness. And introspection, the honest, unflinching look within, is the mirror where we finally see ourselves. This is no longer just a story. It's a warning, a wake-up call. And the question is simple. Will you be a part of the future Buddha warned us about? Or will you be the one who chooses to change? You see, prophecy doesn't control the future, but a warning, if heard with an open heart, can change consciousness. So I ask you, have you looked within lately? Not your phone, not your calendar, within you. Because that's where the journey starts. And maybe, just maybe, these ancient words have found you today for a reason. If they've touched something inside you, pass them on. Share them with someone you care about, someone who might be searching, someone who's lost in the noise. Sometimes a single story, a single reminder, can change the course of a life. Namo Buddhaya.